Take a look now at Caesars. You can't be tighter than this. The Suns are minus 150 to win the series. Milwaukee plus 130. Prior to Game 4, the Suns were minus 250 favorites to take home their first NBA championship. And so let me bring the fellas in here to the program this morning. And Tim Legler, we were saying, you and I were chatting before the show, the series had been close, but we hadn't had a great game. Now we finally got ourselves a great game last night. What's your number one takeaway from Game 4?
It's got to be the way Chris Middleton ended the game. His ability to step up. It shouldn't surprise us anymore because he's had enough of these moments, Greeny, over the last 3 postseasons. He's proven it. He is ready when the lights are bright to step up in a big way. And I love more than anything how patient he was at the end of this game. If you take a look at his mid-range game, the thing that I admire so much about Chris Middleton, even under immense pressure with the game on the line, he doesn't shoot the ball until he's ready. And some of those shots you're seeing him make late, if he pulls the trigger even a half a second earlier, he's going to either get it deflected, contested, he's going to miss the shot, so he waits for the right minute. And then I think the start of the game is so important. We don't pay a lot of attention sometimes to certain players and what they do in the first quarter. I think Chris Middleton's night is completely different when he gets off early. And I thought going to him and making sure he was in rhythm and getting touches, he's the most important player by far for the Bucks offensively because Giannis is going to get his numbers because of the different ways that he's going to beat you up physically around the rim. You just can't prevent Giannis Antetokounmpo from putting up certain level. For Chris Middleton, it can fluctuate if you pay enough attention to him and try to limit his touches early. So that early start, to me, set up his entire night and allowed him to take over the game when they absolutely had to have it.
He and Devin Booker are the first opponents to both score 40 points in an NBA Finals game since Shaq and Iverson in 2001. So it's been that long. All right, Big Perk, I've been waiting all morning long to come to you and ask you about that block, that defensive play by Giannis, where first he cuts off Booker, then he dives back and is able to break up the alley-oop. If they win this championship, that is a play that's going to live forever. As a big yourself, take us through what he does on that play.
Well, Greeny, you have to look at it. That is coach's porn at his finest, right? A big man playing the pick and roll like Giannis. He went up, he called out the screen, he squared up the ball, allowed P.J. Tucker to get back kind of somewhat over the front, stop Booker, and he played the in-between game. He played the cat and mouse game. Booker didn't really know what to expect. He thought that the lob was there. By the way, the weak side didn't even get a tag on the roll guy, which on Ayton, which made it that more spectacular. You're supposed to get a bump to slow Ayton down, but you didn't need that. But the way that Giannis was able to recover, it was one step forward, turned around, and went blocked that shot, that lob to protect the basket, and it was above the square. Like, people don't know, like, you just don't do that every day. Like he said in the post-game interview, I thought I would have got dunked on. He wasn't lying about that one because I thought for sure he was finished. It's only a few guys that could do that, and he's one of them. I really can't name the other two right now because just watching this clip, I mean, it's mind-boggling to me every time I see it.
He's one of 3 people in the world who could do it, and we have no idea who the other 2 are. Tim Legler, again, and he does it preserving a 2-point lead with a minute left in an NBA Finals game. What can we say about that play?
I'll take it a step further, Perk. I'm going to tell you right now, I think this is the only guy on the planet that makes that play for a couple of reasons. First of all, just the mindset of being that committed to the ball handler, that high on the floor, and even thinking you have a chance. Most bigs in that situation, if they sold out to the ball handler the way he did, they're not going to even think about trying to spin out of that and get back to the rim. So that's the first thing. The mindset of a defensive player of the year, which this guy has been, that right there tells you he has the competitive will to think he can still make the play. So that's first. Secondly, when he has his back to Deandre Ayton, he really has no idea where he is. So to spin out, take one little baby step, and then get above the square to meet the ball, that requires an incredible amount of physical attributes. And I think Giannis Antetokounmpo is the only dude 6'11" with that kind of reach and that kind of bounce to take a half a step, jump, and get that high off the floor. So that's why I say the only guy on the planet. And then the last component is to not hit him on the wrist. I mean, that's so difficult to go up there and basically get all ball on that situation. Cannot say enough about it. One of the most amazing defensive plays we have ever witnessed, and he did it at the most important time for the Milwaukee Bucks to potentially save their season. We'll see how this plays out the rest of the way.
Now, the legendary LeBron chase down from several years ago in Game 7, everyone's posting those last night. It's a play of that magnitude. So, Perk, who's in control right now? We're 2-2, headed back to Phoenix for Game 5. Who do you feel is in control of these NBA Finals right now? Big Perk.
Well, Greeny, you know what? I give the Phoenix Suns the slight edge, and that's a little edge just because they have home court advantage, right? I feel like this series is going to go 7. I switched up because I had Phoenix in 6, but the way that home team, the team that is playing at home is finishing out the game and winning the game, it's going to be one of those series. I can see it. But when I look at the Phoenix Suns, Greeny, it was very disturbing. They missed out on a golden opportunity last night. Careless turnovers, offensive rebounds. And you know, I hate to say it, but Coach Monty dropped the ball last night. I thought it was a bad substitution with Cameron Johnson. When he took Cameron Johnson out and put Mikal Bridges in, I was like, I don't know about that, Coach Monty. I know you subbing offense for defense a little bit, but right now, other than Devin Booker, Cam Johnson was the only person giving them buckets on the other end.
Devin Booker actually outscored all the rest of the Suns starters last night all by himself with his 42 points. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.